You tell everyone about your plans, don't you? Every business idea, every investment move, every step toward wealth. You post about it. You discuss it at dinner parties. You seek approval and validation from people who have never built anything themselves. And deep down, you know something is wrong. You feel your energy draining away with every conversation, every explanation, every defense of your vision to people who don't understand it. I am Solomon, and I built the greatest fortune in human history not by announcing my moves, but by perfecting them in silence. While others spoke, I observed. While they sought applause, I sought results. While they scattered their energy through countless conversations, I concentrated mine into unstoppable action. Picture yourself 6 months from now. Your bank account growing steadily, your investments multiplying, your business thriving. But here's what's different. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody had the chance to plant doubt in your mind, to offer their limiting advice, to drain your conviction with their fears. You built your empire like a master craftsman works in his workshop, door closed, focused entirely on perfection. This is not about becoming antisocial or secretive out of fear. This is about becoming strategically invisible during the most critical phase of wealth creation. This is about transforming from someone who needs permission and approval into someone who simply delivers results. This is about understanding that your words are seeds, and seeds grow better in darkness than in the harsh light of public opinion. The moment has come to choose. You can continue broadcasting your dreams to a world that profits from keeping you small, or you can embrace the ancient wisdom that built kingdoms. You can keep seeking validation from people who have never walked your path, or you can join the ranks of those who let their success speak for itself. If you're ready to stop talking and start building, to stop seeking approval and start creating wealth, then you need to hear what I'm about to teach you. Subscribe now, because what you'll learn in the next few minutes will change not just how you build wealth, but who you become in the process. Number 1, the principle of silent protection. You share your dreams with everyone, don't you? The moment a vision touches your heart, the moment an opportunity presents itself, the moment you see a path to wealth and freedom, you cannot contain yourself. You tell your family, your friends, your colleagues. You post about it on social media. You seek validation, approval, encouragement. And then, slowly, mysteriously, that fire that once burned so bright within you begins to dim. The clarity fades. The certainty wavers. What was once a crystal-clear vision becomes clouded with doubt, diluted by the opinions of others, weakened by the very act of exposure. I am Solomon, and I learned this truth long before I built the temple, long before my wealth became legend, long before kings traveled from distant lands to seek my wisdom. The principle of silent protection is not merely a strategy. It is a sacred law that governs the birth of all great things in this universe. When you expose a plan too early, you are indeed picking unripe fruit. Think of a seed planted in rich soil. Does it announce its presence to the world? Does it call out to every passerby, explaining its intentions, describing the magnificent tree it will become? No, it works in darkness, in silence, drawing nutrients from the earth, developing its root system, building the foundation that will one day support its towering height and abundant fruit. The moment you dig up that seed to show others its progress, to prove its potential, to seek reassurance that it is indeed growing, you destroy it. Your dreams, your plans, your visions for wealth and success are seeds. They require the same silent, dark environment to develop their strength. Every time you speak about them prematurely, you are essentially digging them up, exposing their tender roots to harsh light and judgment, weakening their ability to grow into the magnificent reality they were meant to become. But there is something even more profound at work here. Silence preserves mental and spiritual energy in ways that most people never understand. Every word you speak about your plans before they are ready carries with it a portion of your life force, a fragment of your creative power. When you describe your vision to someone who cannot see it, when you explain your strategy to someone who has never built anything themselves, when you defend your dreams to those who have settled for mediocrity, you are literally transferring your power outside of yourself. I once knew a merchant in Jerusalem who had discovered a trade route that could make him wealthier than his wildest dreams, but he could not contain his excitement. He told his brothers, his neighbors, his competitors at the marketplace. He described every detail, every advantage, every potential profit. Within months, that same route was crowded with other merchants. His advantage was gone. His opportunity had become everyone's opportunity. He had given away his power by giving away his secret. This is not about selfishness or greed. This is about understanding the fundamental nature of creation itself. In the beginning, before the world was formed, there was silence. From that silence came the Word, and from the Word came all creation. But notice the sequence. First silence, then the Word, then manifestation, not the other way around. When you talk too much about your plans, you are reversing this divine order. You are speaking before the time of silence has completed its work. You are announcing before you have built. You are celebrating before you have achieved. And in doing so, you scatter the very energy needed to bring your vision into reality. The wealthy understand this intuitively. They do not announce their next move. They do not reveal their strategies. They do not seek permission or approval for their decisions. They work in the darkness of discretion until their results shine in the light of undeniable success. They protect their seeds until they become forests. But the poor, the mediocre, the perpetually struggling, they do the opposite. They announce every intention, share every plan, seek every opinion. They mistake talking for doing, sharing for achieving, planning for building. They wonder why their dreams never materialize, why their plans never succeed, why their visions remain forever on the horizon. They do not realize they have been giving away their power one conversation at a time. The shift begins the moment you understand that silence is not empty space. Silence is not the absence of action. Silence is concentrated potential. It is compressed power. It is the darkness in which all light is born. When you learn to hold your plans in sacred silence, you are not hiding from the world. You are gathering your strength. You are allowing your vision to develop the depth and power it needs to overcome any obstacle, to outlast any opposition, to manifest despite any resistance. From this day forward, treat your unmanifested dreams as you would treat the most precious treasure. Lock them away from casual conversation. Shield them from the opinions of those who have never walked your path. Protect them from the doubt and fear that others carry like contagious diseases. Let them grow in the fertile darkness of your focused attention until they are strong enough to survive in the harsh light of public scrutiny. Remember, the oak tree does not ask permission from the storm to stand tall, because it spent years growing roots in silence that the storm cannot see. Number 2, what happens when you stay silent? There is a loneliness that comes with growth, isn't there? A separation that occurs when you begin to see opportunities where others see only problems, when you begin to understand principles that others dismiss as unrealistic, when you begin to walk a path that others are too afraid to even consider. This loneliness frightens most people. It drives them back to the comfort of consensus, back to the safety of shared mediocrity, back to conversations that validate their limitations rather than challenge their potential. But what if I told you that this loneliness is not punishment? What if this separation is not loss, but the greatest gift you could ever receive? What if the silence you thought was empty is actually full of the wisdom that will make you wealthy beyond your current comprehension? When you stay silent about your plans and dreams, something miraculous begins to happen. You stop talking and therefore you start listening. Not just to others, but to the subtle whispers of opportunity that most people never hear because they are too busy speaking. You begin to observe patterns that escape the notice of those who are constantly explaining themselves. You start to understand the deeper currents of human nature, market forces, and universal principles that govern success and failure. The mouth that is always open cannot receive. The mind that is always expressing cannot absorb. The person who is always sharing their plans cannot gather the intelligence needed to make those plans successful. Silence creates space, and in that space, wisdom enters. I learned this lesson early in my reign. When I first became king, I was surrounded by advisors, all eager to share their opinions, all certain they knew the best path forward. The temptation was strong to engage in endless discussions, to seek consensus, to make decisions by committee. But something within me understood that true leadership requires the ability to listen beyond the noise of human opinion to the deeper voice of divine wisdom. So I developed a practice. Before making any important decision, I would retreat into silence. Not the silence of isolation, but the silence of deep listening. In that silence, I could hear things that others could not. I could see connections that others missed. I could understand the long-term consequences of actions that others only saw in the immediate moment. This practice transformed not only my decisions but my entire perception of reality. When you stop filling every moment with words, when you stop feeling compelled to share every thought and plan, you create space for your intuition to develop. You begin to sense opportunities before they become obvious. You start to understand people's true motivations before they reveal them. You develop the ability to see the end from the beginning. Your steps become guided by vision rather than by others' reactions. This is perhaps the most powerful benefit of silent building. When you are constantly sharing your plans and seeking input, your path becomes determined not by your own clear vision of where you want to go, but by the collective fears, doubts, and limitations of those around you. You begin to second-guess yourself based on others' questions. You start to modify your plans based on others' concerns. You allow the clarity of your vision to become clouded by the confusion of multiple opinions. But when you stay silent, your path remains pure. Your vision stays clear. Your decisions are based on what you know to be true, not on what others think might be possible. You move with the confidence that comes from internal certainty, rather than external validation. There was a time when I wanted to build the temple. The vision was clear in my mind. I could see every detail, understand every requirement, envision the completed structure that would become the wonder of the known world. But imagine if I had shared this vision prematurely, if I had sought the opinion of every citizen, every priest, every neighboring king. The project would have been modified, diluted, compromised until it bore no resemblance to the original divine inspiration. Instead, I held the vision in silence, developed the plans in private, gathered the resources discreetly, and only revealed the full scope when everything was ready for implementation. This same principle applies to every area of wealth building. When you stay silent about your investment strategies, you avoid the advice that diverts your focus. How many potentially profitable investments have been abandoned because someone shared their plan with a friend who had one bad experience in that market? How many business ideas have been killed in infancy by well-meaning relatives who projected their own fears onto your vision? The world is full of people who will gladly share their opinions about paths they have never walked, about industries they have never entered, about risks they have never taken. These people mean no harm, but their advice is often the death of possibility. Their concerns become your concerns. Their limitations become your limitations. Their fears become your fears. But when you stay silent, you remain free to follow your own judgment, to learn from your own experience, to develop your own understanding of what works and what doesn't in your particular situation. You avoid the paralysis that comes from conflicting advice. You escape the confusion that comes from too many opinions. You maintain the focus that is essential for turning vision into reality. Silence also protects you from the subtle sabotage that often comes disguised as helpful advice. Not everyone wants to see you succeed, though they will rarely admit this even to themselves. Some will unconsciously try to keep you at their level by planting seeds of doubt about your plans. Others will attempt to complicate your simple strategy with unnecessary concerns. Still others will try to rush you into action before you are fully prepared, knowing that premature action often leads to failure. When you keep your plans silent, you avoid all of these traps. You remain in control of your own timeline. You maintain clarity about your own priorities. You preserve the energy that would otherwise be spent defending, explaining, and justifying your choices to people who do not have the vision to understand them. The transformation begins when you realize that the need to share every plan, to seek every opinion, to gain every approval, is not connection but weakness. True strength lies in the ability to hold your vision steady in the face of silence, to trust your judgment even when it conflicts with popular opinion, to move forward with confidence even when others cannot see the path you are walking. Number 3, why the world shouldn't know everything. You live in a world that worships transparency, don't you? A world that demands you share everything, explain everything, justify everything. Social media has convinced you that your life is only valuable if it is visible, that your progress only matters if it is documented, that your success only counts if it is celebrated publicly. But I want you to understand something that goes against everything this modern world teaches. Not everyone wants to see you win. And the sooner you accept this uncomfortable truth, the sooner you will begin to protect yourself and your dreams with the wisdom they deserve. This is not cynicism speaking. This is not paranoia or pessimism. This is the clear-eyed realism of someone who has observed human nature for millennia, someone who has seen the same patterns repeat across cultures, across centuries, across every level of society. There are people in your life right now who smile at your face and speak words of encouragement, but secretly hope you will fail. There are those who ask about your plans not because they want to help, but because they want to find reasons why those plans won't work. There are those who offer advice designed not to guide you toward success, but to keep you safely within the boundaries of their own limited experience. Why does this happen? Because your success makes others uncomfortable with their own choices. Your growth highlights their stagnation. Your courage exposes their fear. Your willingness to take risks makes their safety seem like cowardice. Your dreams force them to confront the dreams they abandoned. And rather than feel inspired by your example, they often feel threatened by it. When you announce your plans to build wealth, to start a business, to make investments, to take calculated risks, you are not just sharing information. You are holding up a mirror to everyone who hears you. And many people do not like what they see in that mirror. They see their own unfulfilled potential. They see their own abandoned dreams. They see their own excuses reflected back at them. This creates a psychological discomfort that they will often resolve not by changing themselves, but by trying to change you. Some will try to rush or sabotage what you are building, though they will rarely do so overtly. Instead, they will plant seeds of doubt disguised as concern. They will share stories of others who failed in similar ventures, always presented as cautionary tales for your own good. They will ask questions designed to highlight potential problems rather than solutions. They will offer to help in ways that actually slow down your progress. They will suggest modifications to your plans that fundamentally alter their nature. I once observed a young entrepreneur in my kingdom who had developed an innovative method for preserving grain that could have made him wealthy and helped feed thousands during times of scarcity. But he made the mistake of sharing his discovery too early with a group of established merchants. They praised his ingenuity to his face, asked detailed questions about his process, expressed enthusiasm for his success. But behind his back, they worked to complicate his path. They convinced suppliers not to work with him. They spread rumors about the reliability of his method. They used their influence to create regulatory obstacles. And they did all of this while maintaining their facade of support and friendship. This young man's mistake was not in trusting people, but in trusting people with information they were not ready to handle responsibly. He assumed that others would respond to his success with the same joy that he felt about it. He did not understand that his breakthrough threatened their established positions, that his innovation made their traditional methods seem obsolete, that his potential wealth challenged their current status in the community. Others will project their fears onto you with an intensity that can be overwhelming if you are not prepared for it. They will tell you about every risk, every possible failure, every reason why your timing is wrong. They will share their own experiences of disappointment and defeat, always with the implication that you will suffer the same fate. They will disguise their own limiting beliefs as wisdom, their own cowardice as prudence, their own resignation as realism. These fear projections are particularly dangerous because they often come from people you love and respect. Your family members who settled for security over possibility, your friends who chose comfort over growth, your mentors who succeeded in a different era under different circumstances. They genuinely believe they are protecting you, but what they are actually doing is trying to protect themselves from the discomfort of watching you succeed where they were afraid to try. The most insidious aspect of this dynamic is how reasonable it all sounds. The person warning you about the risks in real estate will have statistics to support their position. The friend advising you against starting a business will have stories of businesses that failed. The relative encouraging you to play it safe will have examples of people who took risks and lost everything. All of this information may be factually accurate, but it is selectively presented to support a predetermined conclusion that you should not attempt what you are planning to attempt. But here is what they will not tell you because they do not want to acknowledge it themselves. For every story of failure they share, there are stories of success they ignore. For every risk they highlight, there are rewards they dismiss. For every reason they give you to stay where you are, there are better reasons to move forward that they choose not to see. The transformation in your life begins when you understand that the world's opinion of your plans is not neutral information. It is filtered through the lens of each person's own experiences, fears, limitations, and secret desires regarding your success. When you share your dreams and plans widely, you are not gathering objective feedback. You are collecting the psychological projections of others, and these projections will inevitably distort your own vision if you allow them to. This does not mean you should trust no one or seek no counsel. It means you should be extraordinarily selective about who has access to your unmanifested dreams. It means you should understand that the right to know your plans is earned through demonstrated wisdom, genuine care for your success, and the ability to offer constructive support rather than destructive doubt. The wise person shares their plans only with those who have skin in the game, those who will benefit from the success rather than feel threatened by it, those who have the experience and wisdom to offer genuinely helpful guidance, and those who have proven their loyalty through actions rather than just words. Everyone else gets to see the results after they manifest. Everyone else gets to hear the story after it has a happy ending. Everyone else gets to offer their congratulations after their doubt and sabotage are no longer relevant. This is not secrecy born of fear. This is discretion born of wisdom. This is not isolation born of distrust. This is selection born of intelligence. This is not hiding born of shame. This is protection born of understanding that your dreams are too precious to be subject to the judgment of those who lack the courage to pursue dreams of their own. Number 4, silence as a practice of wisdom. You mistake silence for weakness, don't you? In a world that rewards the loudest voice, the most frequent posting, the most dramatic announcement, you have learned to equate volume with power, visibility with importance, publicity with success. But I want to reveal to you an ancient secret that built empires while others built only noise. Silence is not the absence of power. Silence is power in its most concentrated form. The practice of silence is not about fear. It is not about hiding from the world or avoiding responsibility or shirking leadership. True silence, the kind that creates wealth and transforms lives, is the ultimate expression of self-control. It is the mark of someone who has mastered their impulses, who has learned to distinguish between what must be said and what is better left unspoken, who understands that true strength often lies not in revealing everything you know, but in knowing when to reveal it. Watch the truly successful, and you will notice this pattern. They work in secret and surprise with structure. They do not announce their moves before they make them. They do not reveal their strategies before they implement them. They do not seek applause for their efforts before those efforts have produced results. They understand that the power of their actions is amplified by the silence that surrounds them until the moment of revelation. I did not shout my plans to build the temple from every rooftop in Jerusalem. I did not call press conferences to announce my intention to become the wisest and wealthiest king in history. I did not seek validation or approval for the innovations I planned to implement in trade, agriculture, and governance. Instead, I worked in the darkness of discretion, gathering resources, developing strategies, building alliances, solving problems, creating systems. And when the time was right, when the foundation was solid, when success was inevitable, only then did the world see what I had been building. The temple was not built by announcements. It was built by actions performed in strategic silence. My wealth was not created by declarations. It was created by decisions made without fanfare or publicity. My wisdom was not developed through debate and discussion. It was cultivated through quiet observation, private study, and careful reflection. This principle applies to every level of wealth building, from the smallest investment to the largest business venture. The entrepreneur who quietly perfects their product while others are still talking about their ideas will dominate the market. The investor who silently accumulates assets while others are debating market conditions will build the most substantial portfolio. The professional who privately develops their skills while others are announcing their ambitions will rise to the highest positions. Silence creates several powerful advantages that most people never understand. First, it eliminates the resistance that comes from premature exposure. When you announce your plans too early, you invite opposition before you have built the strength to overcome it. Critics emerge to point out flaws before you have had time to address them. Competitors arise to challenge you before you have established your position. Obstacles appear that might have been avoided if your approach had remained unknown until it was too late to stop. Second, silence preserves energy that would otherwise be wasted in explanation and defense. Every moment you spend describing your vision to someone who cannot see, it is a moment not spent bringing that vision into reality. Every conversation in which you defend your strategy is energy diverted from implementing that strategy. Every discussion about why your approach will work is time stolen from proving that it works. Third, silence creates mystery and anticipation that actually increases the impact of your eventual success. When people do not know what you are building, they cannot predict your moves or prepare counter strategies. When your progress happens behind the scenes, your emergence into success appears sudden and powerful, even though you know it was the result of long, methodical preparation. But perhaps most importantly, silence develops internal confidence in ways that external validation never can. When you rely on others' approval and encouragement to maintain your motivation, you become dependent on their continued support. Your confidence rises and falls with their opinions. Your persistence depends on their belief in you. But when you learn to work in silence, drawing strength from your own vision rather than from others' words, you develop an inner fortitude that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. There is a story I want to share with you about a master craftsman who lived in my kingdom during the height of my reign. This man had developed a technique for creating metalwork of extraordinary beauty and strength, far superior to anything that had been produced before. Many other craftsmen were aware of his superior results, and they constantly pressured him to share his methods, to teach them his techniques, to reveal his secrets. But this wise craftsman understood the principle of strategic silence. He would smile and deflect their questions. He would praise their own work and change the subject. He would invite them to examine his finished pieces, but never allowed them to observe his process. For years, he worked alone in his workshop, perfecting his craft, building his reputation, accumulating wealth from commissions that only he could fulfill. His competitors grew frustrated. Some accused him of selfishness. Others questioned his integrity. A few even suggested that his methods must be somehow improper if he would not share them openly. But the craftsman remained silent, continued working, kept improving, kept succeeding. Eventually, the demand for his work became so great that he was able to open a larger workshop and hire apprentices. Only then did he begin to teach his methods, but only to those who had committed themselves fully to learning from him, only to those who had proven their dedication through years of patient service, only to those who understood that the knowledge they were receiving was precious and should be guarded carefully. By the time his competitors understood his techniques, he had such a significant head start, such an established reputation, such a loyal customer base, that their new knowledge could not threaten his position. His years of silence had created an advantage that could not be overcome by their newly acquired information. The wise stay silent not out of fear, but out of self-control. They understand that the urge to share, to explain, to seek approval is often just ego in disguise. They recognize that the need to be understood by everyone is actually a weakness that dilutes focus and wastes energy. They know that the compulsion to announce every move is a form of insecurity that seeks validation rather than results. True self-control is the ability to keep working when no one is watching, to keep building when no one is cheering, to keep believing when no one else understands. It is the strength to find satisfaction in the work itself rather than in others' recognition of the work. It is the wisdom to know that the best marketing for your success is the success itself. From this moment forward, see silence not as emptiness but as fullness, not as weakness but as strength, not as hiding but as preparing, not as fear but as wisdom. Let your actions speak so loudly that your words become unnecessary. Let your results be so undeniable that explanation becomes irrelevant. Work in secret until your work speaks for itself. Build in silence until your success breaks the silence for you. Number 5, how to apply this principle in your routine. You want practical wisdom, don't you? You want to move beyond understanding these principles intellectually to implementing them practically in your daily life. You want to know exactly how to transform the habit of sharing everything into the discipline of strategic silence. You want specific guidelines for protecting your dreams while they are still vulnerable, for nurturing your plans while they are still developing, for building your wealth while it is still forming. The application of silent building begins with a fundamental shift in how you view the people in your life. Not everyone deserves access to your unmanifested dreams. Not everyone has earned the right to know your strategies. Not everyone can handle the responsibility of knowing your plans without somehow undermining them, whether intentionally or unconsciously. You must learn to categorize the people around you based on their ability to contribute constructively to your success, rather than simply their proximity to your life or the warmth of your feelings toward them. Family members who love you but have never built anything themselves may not be the right advisors for your business ventures. Friends who care about you but are trapped in scarcity thinking may not be equipped to support your wealth-building strategies. Colleagues who respect you but are competing with you in the same field may not be trustworthy confidants for your career advancement plans. This is not about becoming cold or calculating in your relationships. It is about becoming wise and strategic about what information you share with whom. It is about understanding that love and business judgment are different capacities, that good intentions and good advice are not the same thing, that caring about you and understanding your vision are entirely different abilities. The first practical rule is simple but difficult. Only share your goals with those who can actually help you achieve them, and share them with no one else. This means identifying the specific ways each person in your life could contribute to your success if they chose to do so. Your accountant might be able to help with tax strategies for your investments. Your mentor who has built successful businesses might offer valuable insights about scaling operations. Your attorney might provide legal guidance for your ventures. Your spouse might provide emotional support and practical assistance in managing your time and resources. But notice what all these potential helpers have in common. They either have relevant expertise, direct stake in your success, or proven track records of supporting your growth. They are not random people whose opinions you seek simply because you want to be understood or validated. They are carefully chosen advisors whose input could actually improve your results. Everyone else in your life can learn about your success after it manifests. They can hear about your investments after they prove profitable. They can discover your business ventures after they become successful. They can celebrate your achievements after they become undeniable. But they do not need to be part of the planning process, the strategy sessions, or the early stages when doubt and discouragement can still derail your progress. The second practical rule addresses the modern world's greatest trap: social media. Do not post about what hasn't yet been solidified. Do not announce projects that are still in development. Do not share goals that are still being pursued. Do not reveal strategies that are still being implemented. The temporary satisfaction of likes, comments, and encouragement is nothing compared to the long-term cost of premature exposure. I understand the temptation. In a world where personal brands are built on transparency and authenticity, where success is measured by followers and engagement, where privacy is often interpreted as having something to hide, the urge to share every step of your journey can feel overwhelming. But consider what you are actually trading when you give in to this temptation. You are trading the power of surprise for the comfort of attention. You are exchanging the advantage of unpredictability for the pleasure of recognition. You are sacrificing the strength that comes from internal motivation for the weakness that comes from dependence on external validation. You are choosing the temporary high of social approval over the lasting satisfaction of actual achievement. Instead, let your social media presence reflect your completed accomplishments rather than your works in progress. Share the results, not the plans. Post about the finished projects, not the concepts being developed. Document the success stories, not the strategies being tested. Show the harvest, not the seeds being planted. This approach creates a much more powerful personal brand than constant updates about your efforts. People are inspired by results, not by intentions. They are impressed by achievements, not by aspirations. They want to follow someone who consistently delivers rather than someone who consistently promises. The third practical rule is about timing. Protect the seed until it becomes a tree. Every idea, every plan, every strategy goes through vulnerable stages where exposure could kill it. In the beginning, when your vision is still forming, it needs protection from the harsh winds of criticism and doubt. During development, when you are still solving problems and refining approaches, it needs shelter from the distracting voices of well-meaning advisors. Even during early implementation, when success is still uncertain, it needs cover from the sabotage of competitors and the discouragement of pessimists. But once your success becomes undeniable, once your results speak for themselves, once your achievements are solid and secure, then you can be more open about sharing your story. At this point, criticism cannot stop what has already succeeded. Doubt cannot undermine what has already been proven. Sabotage cannot destroy what has already been built. The key is learning to recognize these different stages and adjusting your level of openness accordingly. A seedling needs a greenhouse. A mature tree can withstand storms. A small flame needs protection from wind. A bonfire can burn in any weather. Your plans and projects need different levels of protection depending on their stage of development. This means developing patience with the process of building in obscurity. It means finding satisfaction in progress that only you can see. It means drawing motivation from internal conviction rather than external encouragement. It means celebrating privately before you celebrate publicly. But it also means being prepared for the loneliness that comes with this approach. When you stop sharing every detail of your journey, some people will interpret this as withdrawal or secretiveness. When you stop seeking advice from everyone who offers it, some will feel rejected or excluded. When you stop announcing your plans, some will assume you have stopped having plans. Let them assume. Let them wonder. Let them speculate. Your job is not to keep everyone informed about your progress. Your job is to make progress. Your responsibility is not to maintain transparency with the world. Your responsibility is to achieve your goals. The practical application of these principles will transform not just your results, but your entire relationship with success itself. You will discover that the satisfaction of accomplishment is far greater than the satisfaction of announcement. You will learn that the strength of internal confidence exceeds the strength of external approval. You will understand that the power to surprise the world with your success is more valuable than the power to impress the world with your plans. Start today. Choose one goal, one project, one aspect of your wealth-building strategy, and commit to building it in complete silence until it reaches maturity. Experience the focused energy that comes when you are not dissipating your power through premature sharing. Feel the clarity that emerges when you are not clouding your vision with others' opinions. Enjoy the freedom that comes when you are not constrained by others' expectation or timelines. This is how empires are built. One silent stone at a time, one private decision at a time, one protected plan at a time, until the structure is so magnificent that the world has no choice but to stop and stare in amazement. Number 6, the right moment to speak. There comes a moment in every great endeavor when silence transforms into revelation, when hidden work emerges into undeniable reality, when private building becomes public triumph. But recognizing this moment, understanding when the time for silence has ended and the time for sharing has begun, is perhaps the most crucial skill in the entire journey of wealth creation. Speak too early and you rob your success of its power. Wait too long and you miss opportunities to leverage your achievements for even greater success. You have been working in the shadows, haven't you? Following the principles of silent building, protecting your plans from premature exposure, nurturing your vision away from the harsh light of public opinion. And now you feel the stirring of something ready to emerge. Your investments are showing returns. Your business is gaining momentum. Your skills are producing results. Your strategies are proving successful, but uncertainty gnaws at you. When do you step into the light? How do you know when your fruit is ripe enough to reveal? The answer lies not in time, but in substance. Not in your feelings about your progress, but in the objective reality of your achievements. Not in your excitement about your potential, but in the undeniable evidence of your results. The right moment to speak is when the fruit is ripe, and ripe fruit has unmistakable characteristics that distinguish it from mere possibility. Ripe fruit is self-evident. It does not need explanation or defense. Its value is obvious to anyone who examines it. Its quality speaks for itself. When your business is generating consistent profits, when your investments are delivering steady returns, when your skills are commanding premium prices, when your strategies are producing measurable success, then you have fruit that is ready for harvest and display. But here is the beautiful paradox of this moment. When your success reaches true ripeness, it is not you who will speak. The result will speak for you. Your achievements will announce themselves. Your success will market itself. Your accomplishments will generate their own publicity. You will discover that the most powerful communication about your success is the success itself. I learned this lesson during the construction of the temple. For years, I worked in strategic silence, gathering materials, assembling craftsmen, developing plans, solving logistical challenges. The people of Jerusalem knew something significant was being prepared, but few understood the full scope of what was being built. Rumors circulated, but I neither confirmed nor denied them. Questions were asked, but I provided only minimal necessary information. Then came the day when the temple stood complete, every stone in place, every detail perfected, every element functioning as designed. In that moment, no announcement was needed. No marketing campaign was required. No explanation was necessary. The temple spoke for itself with a voice more powerful than any words I could have offered. People came from every corner of the known world not because I told them what I had built, but because what I had built was so magnificent that its reputation traveled faster than any messenger. This is the power of letting results do your speaking. When you build something truly excellent in silence and then reveal it at the moment of completion, the impact is exponentially greater than if you had been discussing it throughout the construction process. The element of surprise multiplies the effect. The contrast between silence and revelation amplifies the message. The demonstration of capability without prior claims creates credibility that no amount of advanced publicity could achieve. But timing this revelation correctly requires wisdom and patience. Too many people mistake early progress for final success. They see their first profitable month and announce themselves as successful entrepreneurs. They make their first good investment and declare themselves financial experts. They receive their first recognition and proclaim themselves industry leaders. This premature celebration not only looks foolish in retrospect if results do not continue, but it also dissipates the energy needed to sustain and build upon early success. True ripeness has three essential characteristics. First, sustainability. Your success is not dependent on luck, timing, or circumstances beyond your control. It is the result of systems, skills, and strategies that you can replicate and scale. One successful project might be an accident. Consistent successful projects indicate mastery. Second, independence. Your achievement does not require constant external support or validation to continue. It has its own momentum, its own market, its own value proposition. It can survive criticism, competition, and changing conditions because it is built on solid fundamentals rather than temporary advantages. Third, excellence. Your result is not just good enough or slightly better than average. It represents a standard of quality that commands respect and attention. It is something that even your competitors would have to acknowledge as superior. It sets a new benchmark rather than simply meeting an existing one. When these three characteristics are present, when your success is sustainable, independent, and excellent, then the fruit is ripe. Then the silence can end. Then the speaking can begin. But even then, let your speaking be strategic rather than indiscriminate, purposeful rather than emotional, focused rather than scattered. Share your story with those who can benefit from learning how you achieved your success. Speak to those who are positioned to help you achieve even greater success. Communicate with those who have the power to open doors, provide opportunities, or offer partnerships that could accelerate your progress. But remember that the goal of breaking your silence is not to satisfy your ego or seek validation for your efforts. The goal is to leverage your demonstrated success for even greater achievement. This means being selective about when you speak, strategic about what you reveal, and purposeful about why you are sharing your story. And here is the most satisfying aspect of this moment of revelation. Those who doubted your silence, who questioned your discretion, who criticized your secretiveness, will have to applaud in silence. Their previous skepticism will be revealed as limited vision. Their earlier criticism will be exposed as misguided judgment. Their past discouragement will be shown as lack of faith. They will witness your success and realize that your silence was not weakness but strength, not fear but wisdom, not hiding but preparing. They will understand that while they were talking, you were building. While they were seeking approval, you were creating value. While they were debating possibilities, you were manifesting realities. But in your moment of vindication, resist the temptation to say, "I told you so because." If you followed these principles correctly, you never told them anything at all. Your success will speak louder than any words of triumph you could offer. Your achievements will provide all the vindication you need. Your results will silence every doubt more effectively than any argument you could make. This is the completion of the cycle. Silence gave birth to your success. Success gives voice to your silence. The world that once questioned your discretion now celebrates your wisdom. The people who once doubted your vision now seek to learn your methods. The critics who once dismissed your approach now want to understand your strategy. But remember, even in this moment of revelation and recognition, the principles that brought you success remain valid. Not every future plan needs public announcement. Not every strategy requires explanation. Not every goal deserves discussion. The wisdom of strategic silence is not a temporary tactic, but a permanent tool for those who understand that true power often lies not in what you say, but in what you achieve while saying nothing at all. When your fruit is ripe, the world will know without you having to tell them. When your success is real, it will speak for itself. When your achievement is complete, it will need no introduction. This is the ultimate validation of the silent path. Results so undeniable that silence becomes more powerful than any words could ever be. The ancient oak stands alone on the mountain, its roots buried deep where no eye can see, its branches reaching toward mysteries that only it understands. For decades, it grows in silence, enduring storms that would break lesser trees, drawing strength from hidden sources, building rings of power that tell a story no one bothers to read until the tree towers above the forest. You are becoming this oak. Each day you choose silence over noise. Each moment you resist the urge to announce your moves. Each decision to build rather than broadcast. You are adding another ring to your inner strength. Your roots are growing deeper into wisdom that the world cannot see. Your branches are reaching toward opportunities that others cannot imagine. The difference between you and those who will remain forever in the underbrush is not talent or luck or timing. It is this understanding that true power grows in darkness before it claims the light. It is this knowledge that the most magnificent creations happen away from applause, beyond validation, beneath the surface where only you can tend them. Your silence is not emptiness. It is fullness waiting to overflow. Your discretion is not hiding. It is preparing for revelation. Your private work is not secret because it is shameful, but because it is sacred, and sacred things require protection until they are strong enough to survive in a world that destroys what it cannot understand. Right now, in this moment, your future fortune is taking shape in the quiet spaces of your focused attention. If you are ready to continue walking this path of strategic silence, to keep building while others keep talking, to let your results become your reputation, then you belong among those who understand that the greatest wealth is created not by those who speak the loudest, but by those who build the deepest. The mountain does not announce its height. It simply rises until the whole world must look up to see it.